All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking real music in real time for three or four real people out there just like you and just like me. So, going to be talking about how Kid Rock kind of sold out his principles, which, I know. Is Kid Rock even a topic on this channel? Can I talk about Kid Rock? Do I need to pivot over to Journey somehow? Journey is on tour. All right, never mind. So Kid Rock and Bud Light, we'll talk about that because it's interesting. It's a slow news day, as it always is. Before I get there, the great Sawyer Brown celebrating 40 years of great country music. This is their brand new album, Desperado Troubadours. And these guys really are Desperado Troubadours. I mean, to be around for 40 years, and they're Interstate 40, showcasing that Sawyer Brown has been around that long. If you didn't think a band could make a 90s country album, they did, and they sound as good as they've always sounded. So check it out. I'll try to remember to put a link in the actual video where you can order yourself a coaster for your adult beverages, a CD, and you can stream the album. You can get a little folder and put the music in there. It's so exciting to do that. You'll own nothing and you'll be happy. Kid Rock, he showed up on TV wearing a This Bud's For You hat. And of course, it says Budweiser on the hat. I'll try to put a portion of that picture in the thumbnail of the video, so you'll get to see what hat I'm talking about here. So Kid Rock got grilled by Fox News and Laura Ingraham about his seeming change of heart regarding Bud Light. This came after the rapper wore a hat with a beer brand's logo on TV. Now, did he have to go on TV wearing the hat that says "This Bud's For You"? By the way, this reminds me of the Neil Young song "This Note's For You," which is just a great song, even though I'm not a big Neil fan. Just recalls we used to play that song on the radio. This Note's For You. Kid Rock slammed Bud Light back in April of 2023 for teaming up with this influencer dude by the name of Dylan Mulvaney. Now, Dylan is a dude, but he pretends that he's not a dude. Dud Light. Give me a can of Dud Light. I like that. I'm going to have to call it Dud Light from now on. So Bud Light had sent Mulvaney a special crate of beer to celebrate his first year living openly as somebody else, which didn't sit well with many Bud Light fans, Dud Light, and Kid Rock. Remember, it's now called Dud Light because I misspoke. When asked about the controversy and if he changed his mind during the recent interview, he said, "This is a cool hat." Hey, for a little, just as a side note here, and I always say this because it's a name dropping thing. So I met Kid Rock like, I want to say 13 years ago now, and he was opening up for Lynyrd Skynyrd. And I didn't see a lot of the Skynyrd show because I was talking to Kid Rock. Seriously. He and I were talking about how great it was that he was opening for Skynyrd and how amazing they are. And I was complimenting him on being kind of a classic rock guy, even though at the time, and this is serious, I didn't know any of Kid Rock's music and I didn't listen to it. But somebody had asked me to the show, somebody in radio that I used to work with. So I'm like, yeah, I'll go. And just on a whim, she's like, "Do you want to go meet Kid Rock?" I'm like, sure, whatever. And it was very casual. He's a real tall, skinny guy. So he's really a nice guy. I don't have anything against Kid Rock. I met him in person. Seems like a good guy. Anyway, it's a cool hat. I left you there. He says, "We've got bigger targets. I mean, when you look at Planet Fitness, what are they doing? Ben and Jerry's." He says, "I don't want to put any targets on people's back." Now, he started talking about targets. Okay. And then he mentions Planet Fitness. And okay, I don't know what Planet Fitness is doing. I think there's probably some dudes in the wrong bathroom or in the wrong shower stall over at Planet Fitness. I don't know. I haven't been following it. Ben and Jerry's, man, come on. Their ice cream is so good. Ice cream. The chubby hubby. Can you tell I've been consuming too much of Ben and Jerry's ice cream? I do enjoy Ben and Jerry's. I do know what they stand for, though. It's like, I don't like Amazon either, right? But then what shows up at my door, like today, 3 times? Stuff from Amazon. It's really tough to kind of, unhitch from the matrix where all of these brands, all of these companies are doing all the DEI stuff and just gone completely woke. I mean, look, this beer can thing, there was a boycott that went on for a while. It was somewhat successful. It didn't shut down Bud Light. And so Kid Rock, here's my guess, right? So somebody tapped Kid Rock on the shoulder at one of his fine establishments and said to Kid Rock, hey, dude, we'll give you a great deal on Bud Light. If you wear this hat, we'll give you a year's supply for all of your restaurants. I think he might have one restaurant. I don't know. If he has more than one, then I'm sure they're supplying him with all of the Budweiser that his restaurants can serve out, and I don't know. Something happened. Maybe not that specifically, but prior to all of this, Budweiser was kind of known. It's kind of like the Chevrolet of beers, right? Or the Ford, depending on if you're a Ford guy or a Chevy guy. We know you're not a Chrysler person, right? That'd be like drinking Coors. So, but anyway, see how I did that? That was a pretty good analogy. So anyway, you got Budweiser as this iconic brand that was ruined. It may have been ruined for life. Some people complained, oh, Budweiser tastes like crap. But then you got Miller, which is kind of like Ford, right? And so people are like, yeah, but Miller tastes worse than Bud. And some people are like, I don't drink any of this crap because it's all garbage. I drink Sam Adams or some good quality beer that has flavor. So being the beer connoisseur that I am, I can tell you folks that Bud does taste better than Miller, and it is more of an iconic American brand. So I'm thinking Kid Rock wants to be associated with a great American brand, and he's hoping that they don't do this stuff again, like they learned their lesson because they did lose, I want to say billions, maybe not billions, but hundreds of millions because of poor sales for probably 4 or 5 months. It was a mildly successful boycott. And so Kid Rock now says we've got bigger targets. We've got Ben and Jerry's. We've got Planet Fitness. He says, hey, Bud Light, they messed up. I talked to them. It's too bad they won't tell it like it is. Hey, we messed up a little bit, whatever. So he admits that he spoke with them. And what did they tell him? Hey, Kid Rock, I know we screwed up, but here's the deal, right? You give us a little free publicity and we'll give you all of the free Budweiser that you and your friends can consume for life. Free Bud for life. What do you think of that, Kid Rock? And Kid Rock's like, I think that's a good idea. But remember, he shot up a whole bunch of cans. I think that video went super viral. People still probably watch it just to feel better about the world. Yes, he's shooting up these cans. This is going to do a lot of good. It didn't do much good, right? But it looked great on TV. Anyway, he says, hey, they messed up a little bit, whatever, but that's not how they are cut. I don't know what that means. I got my answer, and I don't want to hurt people's jobs. Okay, so this is an interesting angle. And stuff like that, when they don't have a dog in a fight, but there's a whole lot more coming, we should be going after for sure. So Kid Rock has always been kind of this blue-collar, working-class hero. I don't know about a hero, but somebody who is relatable to the working class, and they relate to him, and he relates to them. So he's basically making the argument that you're hurting jobs. Yeah, people couldn't offload this stuff for months. They drive around with a full truck. Hey, do you need some Bud Light? Nope, we've got more than we need. We're already stacking it in the center aisle. People can't even walk by. They're looking at this giant wall of Bud Light. Nobody's buying the crap. So I can sort of understand that. At some point, folks, I think boycotts can be effective. It can teach companies a lesson. But my overall opinion on all of this stuff is unless we're really planning to do anything for the long haul, it's only going to be a temporary blip on the portfolio, on the earnings chart. Look, we're down this month. Why? Well, that Dylan guy, he didn't really, notice how I said he didn't really help things. No, he didn't. I'm in trouble. In some countries, by the way, what I just did is going to be like, you can't say it. So this video might get banned in like Switzerland or some country that is passing a law where you can't say somebody is a man, even if he is a man, if they say that there's something else. So that's coming down the road. That's going to be great. I live in Florida, though, so right now, at least, I don't have to worry about that stuff. Kid Rock, on the other hand, I think this is more financial than anything. And I think there's a lot going on with a certain presidential campaign where right now they're kind of embracing all of this stuff. They're not loudly embracing it, but they are saying, okay, we'll meet with a bunch of folks. We'll have a party with a bunch of folks. And most people are just either too busy to care. They don't believe it's happening. They're still going to go over and vote for the lesser of two evils. In the end, does any of this really matter a whole lot? No. But again, vote with your dollars, vote with your money. If you don't want to buy a certain brand because you don't like what they stand for, there are plenty of other brands that you can choose where the product is better and they're not celebrating certain things that I think aren't good overall for the culture. All right. So that's my little soapbox on Kid Rock. And, I'm pretty sure it's all about money. Probably some free beer involved. And you know what? It's hard to turn down free beer, even if it's Budweiser, right? So here's Sawyer Brown. Hard to turn down a really good country album done old school. I love these guys. Desperado, Troubadours. Hat tip to my buddy Jim, who sent me the link to the first single. And I'm like, it's like they never went anywhere. It's the same sound, the same band. It's like Mickey Thomas. I mean, what's wrong with Mickey Thomas? He sounds like 1987 Mickey Thomas. How does he do it? And according to certain websites, it might be a vocal track. I don't know. Maybe he's a really good mime. But here, I don't think these guys are actually miming. This is something you should check out. Even if you don't like this style, just listen to their old stuff, listen to the new stuff, and just say, yeah, he's right. They kind of sound like they've always sounded. All right, I'm done with this video. Thanks for watching. I still need everybody's help. Patreon, YouTube memberships, Buy Me a Coffee. Buy Me a Coffee has been wildly successful as of late. So I want to thank all those coffees or all the people that bought the coffees for me. The coffees are great, but the people buying them, thank you so much. God bless everyone for keeping this channel going. The algorithm is not really helping me here, but you guys are doing great. And I've gotten a lot of kind words being sent to me about, hey, we understand about the algorithm. We know you've got a lot of subscribers, but not a lot of views. So I keep plugging away. Maybe someday, folks, it's an election year. Maybe they're going to send some algorithm my way. Let's just hope and pray for that. Even if it's for just a few months, I'll celebrate. And then, I can start complaining once that's all over with again. All right. I'm done. Kid Rock, he's not done. Budweiser, they're not done either. It's a weird world, but we're living in it. So we got to deal with it.